Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today I'm up with a little bit of Panalisa, but also the quickest book you ever made. Right, so for this you're going to need 2 sheets of a reasonable heavyweight cardstock. This is I think it's a 300 GSM from Amazon. So that's just 2 regular sheets which are 11 by 8. I'm using the berry pad from Panalisa because it's one of my favourites, and also this die that I found when I dug around in my bag. Right, so I'm going to move these two and explain these two. Now what you're going to need to do is cut this directly in half vertically. I don't know if that's fitting in, but you're going the lengthways along your paper, and once you've cut it in half you'll end up with a 4.5 by 11 inch strip. So I'm going to run off and do that, and I'll be right back. Right, so I've done that, and yeah, I know it's early in the morning and I forgot to hit record. What you got to do is take your 11 inch by 4.5 inch strip, put it down on your scoreboard and score it at 4.5. Turn it around. This makes it easier for you, and score it at 4.5. So then what you will end up with, if you put this here, look, you can see you have got 4.5 inch, no sorry, you've got 4.25 by 4.5 inch panels. So that's 4.25 by 4.5, and this bit here should be 2 inches. Let's get that there. Yes, it is 2 inches. So if you score at 4.5, turn it over and score at 4.5, that is what you're going to end up with. Now this is supposed to be quick, so we better be quick. Now you're going to be left with 1.5 sheets of paper from your 2 sheets. And I'm just going to move my scoreboard out of the way just for a second. Put it down there. And from that 1.5 sheets of paper, you are going to be able to get 4 by 4.25 pieces, and you should be able to get 6 of them. So now that is your 2 sheets of cardstock all used up. So what we need to do now is take our sheets of cardstock. If you pop them onto your scoreboard, you will see one is 4.25 if you turn it that way, and the other is 4 inches. Right, so if I get my tool off here, I got this tool from what's it called, Tuesday Morning. Yeah, and it's ever so useful. So you're not going to score on your 4 inch, you're going to score on your 4.25. So put it down, it will go up to the 4.25, and you're just going to score it on the 4 inch, so that what you end up with is a 1/4 inch border scored like that. So I'm going to do that for my other 6, and I will be right back. Right, I'm back, and I have scored all of them at 1/4 inch, and I've added some tape on the edge of each of those scored pieces. Now here is what we did first. This is our 1/2 sheet scored at 4 inches, flipped over and then scored again. So let's get our measurements to make sure I'm saying, no, 4.5 inches, yeah. And that leaves you with a 2 inch spine. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to run off and cut my fancy pieces to do my covers and my back piece, and I will be right back. Right, I'm actually standing up and I've done my pieces, and I've decided that's going to be my back cover, which is on there. This is going to be my spine, which will go onto there, and then this piece is going to be my front cover, which is going to go onto there. So I'm trying to wiggle it into the picture as much as possible. Now the measurements for your pieces for your spine are 1 3/4 by 4 inches. and then your square should be 4¼ yes, by 4 inches. So you can just pause this and you know, just come back to it, but it's so quick. I mean, it only took me, you know, a couple of minutes off camera really to do any cutting and putting my adhesive tape on. Right, we're using adhesive tape, and you generally want to get things centered. So if I'm a little bit skew-if, you know, forgive me. And then I'm going to put down the spine. I hope everyone's going to have a wonderful weekend. And I like to kind of turn things towards me so that I'm getting them even, if you know what I mean, with the bottom. So there's our spine. Now you can use laces or anything you want onto there. I mean, there's plenty of really cheap and available Dollar Tree lace that you can get, or ribbons. You could run a ribbon through there before putting your covers down, so that you've got a ribbon tie on the front of it. Right, and we want to, you know, pretty much center that one up as well. Right, so that is your cover. Now you've got your score lines, so all you have to do is bend it on the score lines. Now you can use your bone folder, and I'm a good girl because I've got mine here today. And then you can go on your other one and you can just scoot down the edge. That's how quick it is to make your book cover. So there you have your little book. But we need to put our pages in. Now of course I'm just doing a quick demo here, but you would put fancy papers or whatever you wanted to. Now I'm just sitting down again to make your book nice, and you can do exactly the same, and you can cover the inside as well. But with these, all you need to do is take your tape to the corner there, give them a fold. Obviously use your bone folder. I have got mine on the table. And you're going to lift it off. Whoops. That's why I lifted it before doing it, because I can't normally grab it. Now you want, this is your front, you want to be able to build stuff up on your front page. So you want your hinge to go down here. Now I'm tucking that bit up there and hoping that you can see. Now your hinge piece needs to go just before your crease line, and you need to get it centered. So make sure you're kind of straight before you stick down. So there's your first page. So that allows you space now. You can see that between your front cover and that page to embellish it. So we can just push that out of the way, because now what you need to do is line your other pages up to your next page. And I'm just kind of like doing that again so that I'm able to lift it. And I'm just going along, and we're going to score that again. Straight down your score line. And I'm just peeling off that tape. And once again, you want the hinge and the space from page to page so that you can embellish in between. So if I pick that up towards me, hopefully you can see that. And you're going to line it up straight as you can. I think I've got it straight. And now you've got yourself another page. If you don't do it straight, what you end up with is a little bit of wobble like me. Right, I'm just going to finish putting these other 4 pages in and I'll be back. Right, so I've done all those, and as you can see, they're all in there. You can squish them all flat and then take them that way so that you're kind of priming your pages. But then when you pick it up, once you imagine they're all full, they're all going to be, you know, separated out, and you've got 1/4 inch space of embellishment from front to back there. There you go. So that you can see it's all even and really, really easy. Now, as I said, you know, you can decorate the insides. You can make your own little pockets, your own little slits. You can put stickers on there, laces, fabrics. You can stamp, watercolour. You can do exactly the same thing using a sheet of that heavyweight Walmart watercolour cardstock, and make yourself a little stamping and watercolour book. And you can even do that as a gift for somebody who likes doing mixed media and stuff. But it's just such a quick and cute book. I mean, quite literally 10 minutes. And I did run off and I cut, even though I haven't poked them all out yet, some of these keys and escutcheons from this set. And I don't know actually if I want to use the heart one. But I put the heart one on there, or if that's too big. And then there is this pretty little swirly twirly one. But, you know, I could have cut them in a different colour if I wanted to. And there's also this gorgeous little padlock, you know, and that would look really nice on the spine, like that, with a charm dangling off it. But I think I'm going to go with the heart. And I haven't poked those bits out yet, so I'm going to get those out. And I'm just poking them out quickly. And then I'm going to put some glue on. And of course, if you're being smart, you would have put this on before you bent your book cover up. Yeah. So, what is everybody getting up to this weekend? I know the weather's crazy all over the place. Of course, you know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be in my garden. And hubby's promised to take me to a garden centre. And he might regret that, actually. Especially if he's got any plans for the rest of the day. Because I go in and just get totally lost. There we go. Right, put my little cap back on my bottle. And give that a press. In fact, I'll give that a squeeze. Wait for it to dry and I'll come up. Right, well, it's almost dry. We've got a lot of humidity here and it's getting pretty grey outside. But that is what I've got for you today. A super quick, easy book that can be used for absolutely anything, with enough space to embellish all of your pages. I mean, imagine it as a first baby book, you know, where you've got the little sock on there. You know, you've got enough space between there and there to have a little sock. So you could put a baby sock in there. You could do all sorts of stuff, you know, and decorating it just from 2 sheets of cardstock, and then choosing whatever paper you want to decorate it with, or whatever little dies and ribbons you want to put on it. So I thank you so much for joining me. Have an absolutely awesome weekend. Who knows what I'm going to be up with on Monday, but I'll be up with something. And thanks so much once again. As usual, all links below. Bye.